Earlier in the week, a notorious bandit, Bello Turji, publicized a video in which he accused a former governor of Zamfara state, Mohammed Matawalle, of being responsible for security challenges affecting the state and the Northwest Zone in general. On the back of those claims, a war of words has ensued between the Zamfara state government and the camp of the former governor, who is now the Minister of State for Defense. Well, Ibrahim Dosara joins us now on Newsday to go through all of that, as well as Minister Matawalle's appeal to young Nigerians to shelve plans to hold a protest against insecurity and hardship in the country. Many thanks for joining us this afternoon, and welcome to Newsday.
Thank you.
Well, what do you make of these claims by the Bello Turji, the video that has gone viral, and of course the issue of supposed allegiance or sponsorship connivance with individuals who are non-state actors on the part of the former governor?
Well, good afternoon, my sister, once again. I'm happy to be here with you again. You see, the allegations, though weighty, but is baseless and unfounded. The reconciliation which was being accused of Matawalle that has not done it well is untrue. Matawalle has done reconciliation based on the general stakeholders meeting in Zamfara state, which comprised traditional rulers, including emirs and district heads, the Fulani leadership, the security agencies, heads of the security in the state, then the legislators, and even the bandit leaderships themselves. And based on that meeting, a decision was taken that the governor should go ahead to reconcile with the bandits so that Zamfara state can live in peace. Farmers should go to farm, businessmen to conduct their businesses without fear of any attack by the bandits. And that what happened. And the reconciliation was done with genuine intention, genuine purpose, with sincerity and honesty, as well as, good aims and objectives behind the reconciliation. But what one can say now is that during the reconciliation, so many things were reached upon so that Zamfara state would live in peace. And that has been achieved because Zamfara state, after the reconciliation, was 9 months, complete 9 months without any security incidents. Not even a chicken was killed in the name of armed banditry or other criminal activities in the state. And the world can testify to this. And many people, including Nigerian communities abroad, were celebrating the success by Matawalle in the reconciliation. If Matawalle did not do that reconciliation on the basis of justice, it wouldn't have been successful. This is what I want Nigerians to understand. And it was after conflict entrepreneurs were angry with the success by Matawalle, decided to sabotage that reconciliation success. And some of the bandits came back. But Matawalle, notwithstanding, decided to give them ultimatum of about 6 months within which to repent or he will fight them head on, which he did. And Nigerians, and indeed the whole world, can bear me witness that after the ultimatum, Matawalle shut down the state in the name of what he called Matawalle model of state of emergency. Zamfara state was shut down for 3 months, no communication, no traveling, no exchange of goods and anywhere, and markets were shut down, and any bandit within the vicinity was arrested. So much that many of them had to come seeking for reconciliation. But Matawalle refused them, if not with the intervention of some traditional rulers, where some of them were taken back, and on the basis of let them swear with the Holy Quran that they will never go back to their heinous activities, and which we did. We can bear witness, one of them who deviated was shot a week after he took to the Quran. So for anybody to say that Matawalle has done injustice and or he did not do his reconciliation on the basis of justice, I mean, he has not done justice to the government of Governor Bello Matawalle, who is now the Minister of State for Defense. Now, another thing I want to draw the attention of the people is that Matawalle was the one who engineered and pursued the federal government to declare bandits as terrorists in Nigeria, and which the federal government under the Buhari administration decided to, declare the bandits as terrorists, internationally recognized terrorists. So if Matawalle is having other ulterior motives, or if Matawalle is not sincere with the fight against banditry, he wouldn't have gone all these extents. And you could recall that Matawalle was the one who swore to the Holy Quran and asked all his commissioners and other politicians, especially within the cycle of the APC, to swear, to take an oath before they are given appointment that they are not associated with the bandit, they are not with the bandits, they don't know how bandits operate, and then they swear with the Holy Quran before they were given appointment under Mutawalle's administration. So a leader of this type, you cannot accuse him of doing wrong thing in terms of fighting the bandits and the reconciliation process.
Now, very well said. Allow me to interrupt you, for the sake of time.
Listen, just give me a minute, please. You see, the video clip that is, that went viral, it was just an incident where Dauda Lawal connived with one Musa Kamarawa, who was an ex-gun runner and the supplier of logistics to bandits. And Matawalle arrested and prosecuted him. He imprisoned him during his time. But, this present administration of Zamfara State came and released him recently. And it is this recent release of this guy that connived or is being used by the present government of Zamfara State to which hunt Bello Matawalle. And that was what went, and the younger brother of Musa Kamarawa, the ex-governor, went to Turji's enclave to record Turji on that video clip. So we got all the information. Intelligence has shown that Musa Kamarawa spent a week in the present government house, planning how to tarnish the image of the Honorable Minister of State. So this is just the matter, that it is a fight between Dauda Lawal, the governor of Zamfara State, and Bello Matawalle, the current Minister of State for Defense. But it has nothing to do with Bello Turji. It has nothing to do with any other person. But the two of them, along with the co-travelers of the present governor are responsible for that video clips to go viral.
Well, thank you very much for that very lengthy explanation. Now, considering the heinous crimes, committed by these bandits, some analysts are a bit curious about why Bello Matawalle, pursued reconciliation first instead of actually getting justice, for victims of bandits and terrorists. So, in retrospect, could it maybe have been firmer, or is there something maybe he could have done better in his handling of the security issue?
You see, what Bello Matawalle did in the first instance was the rescuing process of people who were abducted by bandits. And the world can be a witness because it was all over social media and the traditional media that Bello Matawalle secured the release of over 2,000 abducted persons, men, women, and children, at the initial stage of his administration, and that continued until when he left office. It could be recalled that even during the Katsina GSS Kankara students' abduction, it was with the help of Matawalle that the students were released. So he was also able to ensure that when the Jengebe students were abducted, they were released unharmed. So you could see how Matawalle did his administration, not only reconciliation, but also other aspects of fighting the banditry. He provided logistics. Over 200 vehicles, hillocks, were purchased and distributed to security agencies to help them fight the bandits. And like I told you, even his model of state of emergency, where the state was shut down, is an indication of how serious Matawalle was when he was a governor to fight insecurity in Zamfara state. So justice should be done to him, as he is honest, sincere, and he did all he could to ensure that banditry was carved out in Zamfara state. If you could recall, when it was said politicians have hands in the escalation of the banditry during his administration, he decided to decamp from his own political party to join the APC, as well as follow the political gladiators at their doorsteps in their houses to invite them to come to Zamfara, join him to fight banditry in the state, and which was done. So there is nothing Matawalle has not done, but like I said in some media organizations, the issue of banditry in Zamfara state is connected to three basic factors. One, economic factor, which talks about the mining aspect, as well as conflict entrepreneurs who are buying and selling the essential needs of the bandits, as well as the weapons they are using, and that has contributed significantly in making the banditry in Zamfara state to continue to escalate. And second factor is the political factor. The political factor is where the political gladiators refuse to unite themselves for a common goal, for the interests of the people of Zamfara state. So every one of them is attacking or sabotaging one another for political reasons. And this is the reason why there is escalation of banditry in Zamfara state. And unless the federal government decided to take a very punitive measure and action in Zamfara state, I'm sorry, the banditry will continue to escalate in Zamfara state. So the present governor should put aside politics. He should consider the Minister of State as his own brother, and both of them serving the interests of Zamfara state, so that they could put head together, each one to contribute his own angle of the story, then it is unfortunate for the people of Zamfara state. Bello Matawalle has done everything he could to ensure that he cooperates with the present governor, but the governor is not ready to do it.
Allow me to interrupt you.
The president ordered the...
For the sake of time.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about this term that you've been using, which I think is quite brilliant, conflict entrepreneurs or conflict merchants. And I want to put this...
Conflict entrepreneurs.
Yes, behind the backdrop of the nationwide protests that may or may not hold next month, and all the individuals who have asked for the protesters to step down. This is everyone from the president to, of course, Minister Matawalle himself. What do you make of the two dynamics as we march into August and we face the issues that the country is facing at the time?
Well, you see, I am not an employee of the Ministry of Defense. I am a private media aide to the former governor. So I'm not in the position to talk about national issues on behalf of the minister. I can only talk of my personal opinion on the issue of strike, which I decided to leave private to myself. But I only pray for Nigeria to have peace, progress, and tranquility. The leaders should have the courage and sympathy of the Nigerian people to do justice and to do what should help Nigerians, especially the masses at the grassroots who are seriously suffering. And the governed should also consider the economic downturn of the country is not only in Nigeria, it is global. So that is what I can only say, but I'm not supposed to talk on that national issue on behalf of the minister because I am not an employee of the Ministry of Defense. I'm only private media aide to the former governor.
Former Zamfara State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Ibrahim Dosara, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.